Want to be the king of briskets? I'll share my secrets with you. Welcome back to another week of the FOGO Life. I'm your host, Captain Ron. So, we just recently did a little bit of a pork video where we did something a little bit different, and it got me thinking, how else can we work that same kind of method into it? My next idea, brisket. Let's see what we can do with brisket. So, we came up with a new method, and we're gonna show you how to do it right now. Now, we're not looking to reinvent the wheel here, folks. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take our same tried and true method, Texas-style brisket using the crutch, but we're not just gonna wrap it in foil. Nope. We're gonna try something a little different to keep the moisture in. So we're gonna trim this whole packer brisket up, take all the hard fat off of it, anything like that. We're gonna use salt and pepper, nothing else. We're gonna stick to our tried and true method. It's gonna be the second half that's really gonna be a little bit different. So let's get trimming this baby. On this top section, we wanna trim up any of the silver skin, any excess fat that you see on the top here. Now on the bottom, the fat cap, we're gonna trim off down to maybe 1/4 of an inch. You wanna leave about 1/4 of an inch of the fat cap on this brisket here. It's gonna help flavor it, it's gonna help protect the meat, it's gonna make for a much better product in the end. And you wanna take off all the hard fat too. It's not gonna render down. We only wanna leave the stuff that's going to render down. You can see, look at the beautiful marbling in here. This is a nice prime brisket. This one has a real large fat cap, so we're taking a lot off. Sometimes it's gonna happen. You're gonna have to cut a lot off. It hurts, but you can use that fat for a lot of different things. So look at this, the whole bowl of it here. So we are done with that. You can, like I said, you can use that to make tallow. You can use that for a lot of different purposes. Google it, find out. Maybe we'll even make a video on that. Tell me, you want to see a video on what you can do with brisket fat? Also, there's a lot of meat in there. Cut off all that meat, save it, grind it, put it into burgers. You want to up your burger game? That's how you do it. We're going to season this baby up now. We're going to use nothing but kosher salt and ground black pepper. It's a thick, coarse ground black pepper, but that's all we're going to use on this. We're not even going to put a binder. We're going crazy today. Here comes the big difference in what we're gonna do. Normally we'll get this already, we're gonna light our grill, we're gonna put some smoking blocks in there, we're gonna put the brisket right on. No, we're gonna try something different. We're gonna put it in this rack here, right here. It's available on our website, and I'm gonna put some liquid in the bottom of it, so we're gonna catch everything. It's gonna extra cook that brisket, give it a little bit of steam, still gonna let that bark set, because we're gonna have plenty of heat, but it's gonna make it for a beautiful product. In the end, we don't have to wrap this in butcher paper or foil. We're gonna wrap the whole thing, including the pan, including the liquids, everything in foil, and we're gonna see how it comes out. Now, what we did here is we salt and season this thing up. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna light the grill. What we did is the same kind of premise as when you're doing a steak. So we put all the seasoning on here. I'm gonna let this sit. It's gonna take about a half hour for us to light the grill, get it to temperature. And this seasoning, what's gonna happen is the juices come up out of the steak, just like the way a regular steak does, grabs a hold of those seasonings and pulls it down into the meat. So by letting it sit, letting it rest, we're gonna let that seasoning really get inside that meat, not just on the outside. Maximum flavor from FOGO Charcoal. So today, we're gonna use our super premium charcoal. It's made for low and slow cooking. It's got big chunks in it. It's gonna last for a long time and burn steady. Now, of course, we're gonna smoke our brisket. So what comes down to the question, what smoking wood? Mesquite, oak, whatever you, listen. Whatever you like, that's your flavor. We happen to like this. These are bourbon. They made from barrels of bourbon that they stored bourbon in. It's a party in a bag, man. I swear, I think if you ate these things, you'd get drunk. But we're gonna throw about 3 or 4 of these on here and let it set right around the side of the fire here and catch as they go. So for the first half hour, 45 minutes, we're gonna get some nice deep smoke on these. We just put our meter thermometer in there, and that's gonna track our temperature through the whole thing. We're gonna go to about 165 degrees or so, make sure the bark is set nice. Now, the idea of having that pan in there is so that you can see we trimmed it down, all right, it had a lot of fat on it, trimmed it down, it just kind of hangs over the edge a little bit of the pan. That's okay, that's not a problem. What we're looking to do is we're looking to capture all of those juices, all that moisture and everything that's gonna come out of that as it cooks. We wanna capture all of that. That's all flavor, man. That's good stuff. So we wanna catch all that, and then we're gonna wrap the whole entire thing. Instead of just wrapping the brisket, we're gonna wrap the whole entire thing. What that's gonna do for us, it's gonna allow us to retain all that moisture in the meat, okay? And it's also gonna allow it, like if you use butcher paper, you know, yeah, it's great and it works like a champion, but to me, it soaks up a lot of those juices. I wanna get every ounce of all of that juice, so that's what we're doing with this. That's why we're using this pan, and I think it's gonna create the most moist, flavorful brisket ever. So I can't wait to see. You're learning as I'm learning today.
Many hours later.
Ooh, boy, look at that. More bark than a pack of wild dogs. Meter says we reached 167 degrees, so it's time for wrapping. Again, as I said, we're gonna wrap this whole thing, the whole pan, everything. So I'm gonna readjust my meter here so that I can get it in here like that. Oh, look at the juices flowing out of there. Amazing. So we're just gonna stick this in. I wanna keep this in the thickest part of the flat, okay? But we're gonna wrap it, probably gonna use 2 pieces here. Gonna wrap this nice and tight, being careful not to rip it. We don't want to rip it. And as they say in show business, that's a wrap. So we got it all wrapped up in aluminum foil. Our next step, we're just gonna open her back up and put her right back on the egg, cook it to about 203 degrees. That's our magic temperature. We're gonna check it a little bit before that. We're gonna see if it probes real tender. Once that probe goes in and out of there like a hot knife through warm butter, that's when we know our brisket is ready, and then comes the rest period. But until then, we got a little while to go, so we're gonna kick back and relax.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
Good news, folks, our brisket is done. It's so exciting. The reason I know it's done now, we didn't go to 203, okay? It's reading 196, so we started testing it, and yeah, it just falls straight through, okay? I don't have to push on this, it just goes right into it. It's ridiculously tender. Take that off of there. Set it there. Like I said, I'm gonna go inside, set this in the cooler. I don't know if I have a cooler it's gonna fit in, so I'm just gonna set it on the side, cover it in towels for about an hour. Should maintain that heat just beautifully, all right? So that's what we're gonna do. I'll be back in just a little while. All right, guys, it's been about an hour with this thing resting, so let me grab it down here. Ugh. Whew, that's heavy. Let's check it out together and see what we've got. All right, I'm calling my buddy Ninja to see if he wants to try some brisket here. Ninja! What's up? It's the captain. Yep. Got a brisket ready. You want to try some? You do? All right, come on over. Head over right now, man. Yep. All right, cool. Bye. All right, so Ninja should be here in about 20 minutes. Hello?
Yeah.
He's fast, man.
You say 20 minutes?
Everybody, my buddy Ninja from Salty Tales channel over here.
Yo, what's up?
So, we've been cooking this brisket all day. Now, I did something totally different.
What do you do?
I said I did something totally different.
All
what I
right.
did is I took this pan with this rack right here, okay?
Nice.
And I put a little broth underneath.
That's a nice pan,
That's
brother.
pretty cool, right? Stainless steel.
Woo.
So I put the brisket on there and I smoked it and I cooked it. But you know how like when you wrap your brisket, sometimes like the foil rip, you lose the juices.
I hate that.
Or like even butcher paper tends to absorb a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what I did is I just wrapped the whole thing in aluminum foil.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, pan and all. So you're here for the first time for this experiment, so I think we should try it out. What do you think? You think it's a good idea?
I don't know, but that thing looks beautiful. Can I jiggle it?
Yeah, you can jiggle it.
Oh,
yeah.
it's jiggling!
It's jiggling, baby. Well, it's tender. Let's see what she looks like. Ooh. I think there's only one thing left to do, and that's to taste it, right?
Oh, man, I'm dying for
All right.
that.
May I have the honor of cutting you a piece? So, Ninja, let me ask you a question. If you were at home watching my channel right now, what would you do?
I will subscribe, and I will leave a comment, and I will leave a like. And, man, I'm going to do everything that I can to see this thing happen again.
That's why he gets invited back. He knows the right answer. So, all right, there's a piece for you.
Piece
All right,
for me.
I'll cut myself one here.
Oh, man, this thing is jiggling.
Yeah, watch out. It wiggles a lot. It wiggles
Let's
a
go,
lot.
brother.
So,
Oh, my God.
Cheers.
Hold on. It's
Okay.
so juicy that it's... Cheers, brother.
cheers. Look at that.
Woo.
Wow.
I have to tell you this, man.
Okay.
This brisket is delicious, brother.
I was hoping to get one of those.
Man, this thing is awesome.
That's awesome. But the question is, did I make you hungry?
Made me hungry. Can we cut it with the poker?
I bet we can. Look at that. Unbelievable. That's what you call tender right there. Tenderoni, baby.
Wow.
So that's our brisket. Man, I'd say it worked well in that pan. Even Ninja likes it. Salty Tales channel, by the way. Go over and check him out. He's got an awesome channel. Lots of good stuff on there. So, man, I'd say that brisket in the pan was an absolute success. You know, I did a pork butt like this with a different kind of pan last week, and now we tried this week. I'm telling you, I'm a big fan. Now we also got all these juices here, so when I cut this up, I'm gonna pour some of those juices right over the top. Does it get better than that?
There is no way to make it run.
No, because it's not deep enough for me to swim in, so I'm gonna have to use it to eat it. So
That thing is delicious.
yep, it's so good. So I'm so excited. I wanted to try this, and I'm really glad the way that it worked out. I took a little chance doing an experiment for the first time. I didn't have anybody, I'd never tried this before, so I wanted to give it a whirl. So
I will tell you this, it came out perfect. It's really good. I really like the pan for a lot of things, but for brisket, it worked great.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry too much about all that bark getting into the foil
Yep.
or the paper or whatever, and it's a cleaner thing to do.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that thing cleans really easy.
it cleans up really easy. And you can
Yeah.
see, I mean, we got a beautiful crisp bark on here, you
Beautiful
know. So,
bark.
yeah, and it's just salt and pepper, so.
Love
Anyway,
it.
So that's my brisket. That's my big green egg brisket.
Man, this thing is good.
So good. Anyway, listen, if you enjoyed this, like he said, subscribe, like, leave us a comment, all that good stuff. Remember to get out and grill, and we will see you the next time on the FOGO Life.
Bye.